EOD is Explosive Ordnance Disposal, known as a bomb squad. EOD-wise, we are actually the team that will respond to the smallest things like fireworks. Then it can go up to bomb threats. It can also work up to suspicious packages or IEDs, which is improvised explosive devices. We're dealing with kids that also can make their own homemade chemicals, which is the homemade explosives. And this is where people, and I say kids, but there's adults doing it too, that will make explosives that are random household chemicals that you can combine together. You can actually make a potential explosive. The other thing that we will also do is arson investigations, help the department do investigations of origin and cause. And then we have our canines who also help us with finding explosives and doing bomb threat assessments and searches and things like that. Also do dignitary details, VIPs. We've done a lot of details for vice presidents, 4-star generals, secretary of defenses, and things like that. We are actually staffed with police officers from the Colorado Springs Police Department, but then we're also staffed with deputies from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. We are a regional team that combines both us and the deputies, but then our response, based on FBI standards and federal government standards of Homeland Security, we respond to 5 counties. We actually will respond within the city limits and the county limits, but then we're going all the way to the western slopes too, because those smaller departments can't afford to have their own bomb squad, so that's why we have a mutual agreement with them to go respond to those places too.
What do I like best about EOD? Would have to be the K9 program. My K9 is K9 Dutch. I've had him for going on 3.5 years now. Got him as a puppy, about 10 months old. Went through a process of training him not only on explosives, but as a puppy he came with no training at all, so potty training, learning how to use stairs, car rides where he got sick because he was so new. In that whole process, working with him to go through the explosives training and to get him certified, and now we kind of just roam around town and check for potential explosives, and he's been a great partner.
Definitely my favorite part is it's a exercise in problem solving. So most explosive problems that we deal with, none of them are the same, it's always different. And so I think it engages that side of my brain that gets to think critically about something, is challenged by different problems that we face, and then coming up with the best solution to do things safely and keep the community safe.
A lot of the threats we'll go on is basically there's always going to be the bomb threats that, whether it's schools, businesses, or residents get, we will help facilitate those situations. If it's an actual bomb threat to where they find a device or a suspicious package or anything that it looks like an explosive device, then we actually respond out there to take over the scene and figure out what the circumstances are. Anything that's a bomb threat, law enforcement's going to respond out anyways, so you will have police officers or deputies that will come out first. But then if it rises to the next level, that's when we will go out with that. We have a lot of military facilities, so we respond to a lot of military ordnance calls, and that could be anything from hand grenades to anything that the military uses in the way of explosive devices. A lot of times those will come off base and we will have to respond to those. Fireworks, it's actually one of the most dangerous things as a bomb technician that we deal with. We can deal with IEDs, pipe bombs, hand grenades. Those are actually safe because we have control of that. But fireworks are probably the most dangerous things that we have to deal with, because sometimes people will take apart fireworks and want to hear the bigger explosion. And what they do is cultivate that and make it into a bigger firework. So we don't know what the ratios and the mixtures are in fireworks. I would say that if someone finds someone or something that is different than just a regular commercial looking firework, to step away from it, call us, and then don't ever bring it to a police station. We would rather come out to you and deal with it there, because then we know that it has not been moved or touched, and that way we can make it safer. To find out if something is dangerous, usually it starts out with the community calling us in and telling us, the police department or the sheriff's office, that they found something that's suspicious or looks more than just a firework and looks dangerous. is it a suspicious package? What we always ask people to take a look at is unattended is maybe someone just left it there and they're going to come back to it later. That's unattended. But suspicious package, good example is if someone does the package again, they drop it off and then they run away. That's suspicious to us. If that package, and let's throw it out as a backpack, if the backpack is a little bit open and it's got wires hanging out of it, or there's a smell coming from it, or there's a lot of liquids that's bleeding through the package, that's probably a big concern for us. Or you see a lot of electronics, batteries, wiring. That's something that you want to be alert and just aware of. At the end of the day, it may not be an explosive device or a suspicious package that's going to have explosives in it, but we would rather feel safe and have you guys feel safe by calling us and having us respond out to it. We're always training, so we have set training days. We train once a week, and that's just for the explosive sides of things. So another day we're also working on canines, so we're training the canines once a week too. So we are always training. That's just the standards that we have put up on ourselves to train, but we actually have national standards with the FBI that we have to have a certain amount of training per month too. And we actually double those standards that the FBI puts on us. Other times we're actually traveling, going out of state and doing more advanced training for explosives and canine stuff too. Once you get on the team, you actually have to make sure that you're qualified to go to school. The school's down in Huntsville, Alabama. You have to spend 6 weeks down there for a basic certification, and you have to test for the unit. You have to go through an oral board interview, physical standards test, and then you have to actually put on a 100-pound bomb suit to see if you're not claustrophobic and can work in the suit.
We have great camaraderie amongst our team. I have some of the most talented people that I know on my team that are some of the best in the nation at what they do. And knowing that I can rely on them to do a great job in everything that they do. I also like the different challenges that we have. We get a lot of exposure to explosives and fireworks, hazmat situations, just a myriad of stuff. So every day is a little bit different. I come to work and don't really know what's going to happen, but it's exciting work that we do every day.
The FBI mandates that we have to have certain things to be a certified bomb squad, but most of the equipment that we deal with is probably the most expensive stuff in the department. To actually be a full squad that is certified by the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, you actually have to have a response vehicle, a big robot, a small robot. We have to have a bomb suit, a containment vessel, which is if we find explosives and we have to be able to transport it. But we've taken it one step further. Our vehicles that we are assigned, and in those vehicles we will have robots, we have bomb suits, we have equipment. So if we have to respond to a scene, we can basically deal with that scene within maybe 30 to 45 minutes and make it safe. The old days, it was basically we had to use a big truck, have the truck respond to us, get all the equipment off, and then that could be a 2 or 3 hour scene. People need to know that explosives are common, they're dangerous, and homemade explosives are dangerous. So I think with the internet and technology, people are learning more about explosives and you're starting to see how dangerous it is. So I think the more people that know about a bomb squad or an EOD team, it makes it a little bit safer for them because they know that you actually have full-time trained bomb technicians that can make these devices safe for you, but then also to help educate the community too. We are basically there to support patrol and support other functions of this police department. We are there to make sure that everything is safe. If they do find an explosive device, we are there to educate the public about fireworks, explosive stuff that happens in the city of Colorado Springs. We're also there to educate the officers too. We are a function of the police department that not a lot of people used to know about, but I think that's starting to change to where we are hopefully out there in the public more, trying to make people understand about explosives. We just wanted to make sure that the community knows that in the city of Colorado Springs and El Paso County, that you actually have a full-time team of certified bomb technicians that will be there to make sure everything is safe for you guys in a way of an explosive nexus.